It's a Mighty Marvel Show and I'm Paul. Right, we've just had Hasbro PulseCon 2022. So my first impressions and a run through of what we saw, what the reveals were. First impressions were, yeah, buffering. If you watched it, you're like me. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? My internet's down. Checked phone. Internet not down. Check phone when you're watching YouTube on the TV. Check buffering. Checked on my laptop. Buffering. Checked on my iPad. Buffering. Thought, I'll have a look at the comments. Yeah, it was everywhere. It was a lot. And as we found out afterwards, they lost the power. So, there you go. Okay, but we did get a pickup of what we got missed. Because I thought we was only going to get like 2 hours of the modular Iron Man frozen like that. But we didn't. So we did get the modular Iron Man. This was leaked the other day. I saw this on social media, which is a repaint. The version we saw last year. Got the original version. I love the original version. I think it's really cool. It's one of the best figures of last year. I do like the new one. It looks more comic-y than the one we got, which is, I think, because of that paint job. And I think they missed a trick here, because the paint job we got on the original modular Iron Man, we really should have got on the last version that we saw in the Controller Wave builder figure, that Avengers Wave, which is a newer, based on Cafu, the artist, and Alex Ross's work in that comic, because that needed to be more shiny. So I think they've done those the wrong way around. Love that plasma cannon. I'm not going to get it. I've got the original figure. I'm not getting it just for that cannon, but I do quite like it. I do quite like the design of the box on that one. So that was the first one we got. Then we got all this for ages. I'll stop doing that now. Then we got, so they backfilled afterwards. After the con finished, they went back and they filled in what we got. So I'll go through in order as it was, just because the nerd completes then we can't do it any other way. So to go back to what we missed, we had announced a really sweet looking 3-pack 6-inch figures, Daredevil, Bullseye and Elektra in her white gear as well. Gotta say, it looked fantastic. It really did. I need a Daredevil. I've got the yellow and the brown Daredevil, the original one. I haven't got this Daredevil. I haven't got a red Daredevil. I've missed out on all the different versions. I've tried to get them on the secondary market and not been able to. Just too expensive. He says with loads of Hot Toys behind me, but that's slightly different. So I definitely want to get this Daredevil, and I will get that set because I do want to get that Daredevil, and I do like the look of that 3-piece set anyway, and I think that's quite cool. So we'll be getting that. Then they brought out the first of 2 3.75-inch retro figures, of which I'm a complete shield for. I absolutely love those. I've got the lot. The first of those was one I've been clamoring for all the way through. It's been on all my wish lists. Right there, you can check the videos on the feed. Is Doctor Doom, that classic light green, fantastic looking Doctor Doom. That looks sweet. Didn't see the packaging. I'm assuming and hoping it's going to be the same as the other packaging where you get the actual figure in the plastic. You can see it because I keep those boxed. I will definitely open one of those, get 2 and open that one because I want to put it with my growing collection of opened 3.75s. I've got the rest all boxed as well. So that looked fantastic. Then we got a Ghost Rider. And again, lots of people have been commenting on some of my other videos in my wish list. Ghost Rider was one because I thought we'd get a bike. So we are going to see Ghost Rider. Figure looks great in that light blue with the white trim on the costume, the Johnny Blaze version. Not sure about the box because the box doesn't show the figure. It looks plastic free. Not sure about that because the whole point of that is to see these, to put them on display. So I'm not sure about that. I know it's a first world problem, but that's a bit of a worry. So I keep an eye on that one. But that didn't look like we would get plastic packaging, a window packaging where we would see the figure. So not sure about that. And that's a bit sneaky because that means you're probably going to have to get 2 so you can actually see the figure. But the actual what you saw did look cool. And the figure they had did look cool. So then moving on, they came out of that. They went back to the Engine of Vengeance, Haslab. Very controversial. Not going out. I ain't getting into that now. You can go and watch some other videos, and that's all rumbling on still. But they showed the actual figure, an actual made now produced Mephisto, and I gotta say, it did look awesome. Really good. That face sculpt looks incredible. Really, really impressed with the way that Mephisto looks. I think that was fantastic. So, is that going to push it to 12,000? I don't think so. I really don't. As of the time of just coming to record this straight after PulseCon, they were still at 5,600. It's not going up a lot. It's really been sitting around that mark. I don't know. The Mephisto looked great. I'm pretty confident we will get that anyway if this Haslab doesn't get backed. So there's a bit on that. Then there was some villains, some new villains shown. I'm really excited about these two. The first was the Orb. Again, a sort of old Ghost Rider character. Was in the original Sin comic book a few years ago. I thought this looked great. I really like the look of this Orb. This was the first one I was looking at on the 16th. I was thinking, I want to get that. I really want to get that, the individual one. I thought that looked really, really great. And then equally, a figure I've been after for years, desperate to get as well. One, to complete a lot of my Secret Wars figures, and two, because it goes with the brilliant Secret Wars 2 at the end of that, when the Molecule Man worked with the Avengers to actually piece the Earth back together after the Beyonder left Earth. So that Molecule Man looks great. Really, really like the look of that. Two very, very clean, nice looking figures in the Orb and the Molecule Man. So I will be getting that one. Not too keen on the Moonstone. That's not a Moonstone costume that I like. There's other versions from the comics I like. So not going to get that Moonstone. The figure looks okay, but I'm not going to get that Moonstone figure at all. Then they went back and showed a What If Gamora, which is the only really sort of MCU offering you got out of it, which kind of makes sense. There's not a lot happening at the moment to reveal on that stage. And that's from the What If episode that we didn't get to see, that was cancelled during the run. There were some issues with COVID with some of the production people on that, so we were one episode short, so we haven't seen that one yet. So that's the Gamora. Spit it out. From that, looks all right. Not going to be getting that though. And then they did some reveals of some X-Men figures. 60 years of X-Men going to be next year in 2023. They had a live reveal with their first guests, and they revealed a pretty sweet looking Wolverine on the X-Men retro card series. That did look great. The yellow and blue costume, I thought that looked really good. The paintwork looked really clean. You got the yellow band on the leg inside the costumes kitted into it, so it's not going to slip down and come out, which has been a few complaints before. I thought that looked really sweet. And then we saw the rest of that wave. They were all revealed. You've got a single carded long shot, so if you're not getting the Mojo pack, and there's loads of stuff on Mojo going on online at the moment, if you're not getting the Mojo pack, then you've got a single carded long shot with the patch eye, which looked really good. And then you've got a multiple man, bit sneaky, because that'll probably make you get multiples of that one. That looked quite good. Like the cut of the figure, not one I'm interested in, but I did like the look of the figure. You saw the Dark Phoenix as the first 6-inch Dark Phoenix. I thought that looked quite cool. I love the Phoenix effect on the arm. I thought that looked pretty sweet. Nice clean paint job. Like the head mold as well, and the hair. I thought that was really cool. So that does look a good figure. And then I'm not going to get this, but I do like the Avalanche figure. I thought it was a really good, quite impressive looking figure. I thought the design looked smart. The paint application looked really good. So I did like the look of that Avalanche figure. Then we got Spiral. Very interesting. Loads of arms. Lots going on there. Very interested to see how they move and how they articulate. Dwight was very careful to not actually articulate around in the preview that he was showing of the figure, but be interested to see how that moves. Not what I'm going to get, not particularly fussed about the character, but I thought it looked really interesting looking figure. And then they teased out some renders, or some digital renders of Storm in the yellow and the blue, and Banshee in the yellow and blue, both of which I thought looked quite cool. The Storm looked really clean. I love the double pinless joints. I thought they looked great. That new style on the legs and the arms looked really clean and really crisp, and that blue and yellow really is quite vibrant off of that design. So that did look good. I might be tempted by that Storm, because I do think that was really good, and I do love Storm as a character. Then they moved on to a character I've got. The original figure was Strife. Dwight had this really cool headpiece on the Strife headpiece. Looked really good. I thought that was actually what they were going to announce, was one of the helmets at that stage. Got a new Strife figure, updated look. I'll possibly pick that up, because I've got the original one, which is great, but I do like the look of this new one. Again, a different mold to it, a lot cleaner. The metal looks very different on it, so I'm quite interested in that one when it comes out. And then they finished off what's going to be for a while now, is going to be the end of the X-Men VHS series. And they finished off with one that was expected. They finished off with Cyclops. And I do really quite like this. I haven't got any of the X-Men VHS figures. I'm not a collector of those. But I do like the look of this Cyclops. It's quite a clean look. That's going up for pre-order now after the con. So you can get that now. If you're watching this, it would be available for Hasbro Pulse Premium members, which I am. But I'm not going to dive into that yet at this stage. I wasn't that committed to get it. But I did really like the look of it. Then we got a tease to finish off. Really, we got a tease of what will be 2023's focus on the retro card series, and that on the video series, so on the VHS series, and that was a look at a 2-pack of Spider-Man and Carnage from the Spider-Man the animated series. And I got to say, that artwork looked fantastic. I have no issue at all with buying another black suit symbiote Spidey, and I don't have any Carnage 6-inch figures, so I'd be quite interested to see what that looks like as well. So that was quite a tease, and then we'll see what other villains and heroes we can pick up from that series that we've not had on the card back ones already. So that was reveals. First thoughts, overall, some pretty decent ones there. Nothing that massively grabbed me and excited me to the point where I was like, gotta get it straight away, gotta get it straight away. Other than maybe the Monocle Man and the Orb, I think they're the only two that really jumped into me. Obviously, I'm going to get the 3.75 inch because I love those anyway. But nothing else that really lets us any sort of real showstoppers this time. I think, I think they really underplayed the Engine of Vengeance, and they didn't really go into that as much. And I think they really take note of the comments that are out there at the moment. They didn't really hard sell that, which I did expect much more of. And they did a really weak tease of the second tier, which I'm going to need to go and Google and put my comics head on and do some research on what that is at this stage. But that I don't think that did much for it at all. So they kind of moved past that. Overall, I quite enjoyed watching it and joining in, apart from that. And they did end, which I hadn't seen on any of the other brands, franchises before that. They ended on the Selfie series, which was $60, is now $80. And effectively, you're paying $80 for a head mold, let's face it, because you're picking a costume of a Marvel Legends character to put on it. And I thought they looked terrible. I don't think any of them look like the three of them. I don't think Ryan's or Dan's or Dwight's looked anything like them at all. I was really disappointed. I had no intention of getting one anyway. It might be the sort of thing I might have, hinted at from a present from someone, that sort of thing. But there was nothing about it that excited me about it, and I didn't think it looked that good. I didn't think they were a good advert actually for the figures themselves, and not at $80 either. So that's it. That's the roundup. That's my little review there. Let me know what you think. What excited you? What didn't excite you? Was there anything you were hoping for, or you didn't get, or anything that surprised you that you were interested in? Stick it in the comments. Let me know. Like, subscribe, do all that as well while you're there. And I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.